Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. The Curvy Celebrations Variety Bundle launched this week, and I thought I'd make projects centered around this, but combining it with other stamp sets. So this is the card we're making, and we're combining it with the beautiful autumn stamp set. This is the Quite Curvy Bundle, so it says photopolymer stamp set with the dies, and I'm going to be using this die. I'm also going to be using the Designer Series paper called Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper. They are 12 by 12 inch sheets of 6 double-sided designs. This is one side, they're all foiled, and on the other side it's just plain with autumnal colours. The sheet I'm going to be using is this one. I've cut it into a 3 inch by 6 inch piece, so I can just die cut the border here. We'll need some scraps to punch out the leaves and the acorn in Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie and old olive. The card base is very vanilla thick, and I've cut this at 4 1/8 by 11 3/4. In metric, that's 10.5 by 29.8 centimeters and folded in half. To die cut the curves here, I just used a scrap of Cajun Craze, and it has to be at least 5.5 inches across. In metric, that will be 14 centimeters. Then once you cut it, you can use one side for the top and the other side for the bottom. The inks I'm using are Cajun Craze, Old Olive and Pumpkin Pie, and you'll also need a sponge brayer. The beautiful autumn stamp set also comes with a trio of punches. It's called the Autumn Punch Pack, and it's bundled with the beautiful autumn set. Also need the 3D Subtles embossing folder. I embossed that, and I raised it with the foam adhesive strips. These gorgeous metallic acorn trinkets, they are brushed with an anti-copper finish, and there's a ring on the top to thread your ribbon through. There's 20 in a pack. We also need some ribbon, metallic ribbon, and this is from the Forever Greenery trim combo pack. There's a spool of a 1/2 inch wide, very vanilla open weave ribbon, 5 yards in that, and a spool of gold metallic trim, which is a 1/16 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch, and there's 10 yards of this, and that's what we'll be using. To start with, we'll need to die cut the curve, and I'm using platform 1, platform 2, which is the thin die adapter, one of the platform 3s, it's cardstock, the die, and another platform 3, and I'm ready to run it through the die cutting machine. Now you'll notice that this die, there's a ridge here which actually cuts the cardstock, and then there's holes next to it which will give you this effect. So when you cut it, one side will have the dots, but the other side won't. So if you want that both sections to have the dots, then you'll have to cut another piece to incorporate it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut another one, and then also cut one from the Designer Series paper. So I'll go and do that off camera with using the same sandwich. Now I've die cut that. See how that goes? One will be plain and one will have the holes in it. So I'm going to reserve that because I can always use it for another card. Next, I'm going to sponge brayer the strip I've just die cut. So take this piece and you want to glue the Designer Series paper to the wavy piece here for an extra border. Bring in the trimmer, cut it at 5.5 inches. So have the straight side against the ridge at the top of your trimmer. So that makes it 5 3/8 instead, which means I'll have to trim that at 5 3/8 as well. But ideally you want it at 5.5 inches. Next you want to sandwich this in your 3D embossing folder and emboss it. So the sandwich for that will be platform 1, and because I have the old style embossing folder, then I only need platform 1 and just one of the acrylic plates, platform 3. If you have the new style one, then you have platform 1, your embossing folder, and you'll need the platform 4 specialty plate, which is this one here. But I've got the old style one, so I shall make my sandwich the old-fashioned way. So cardstock, and just a platform 3. I'll be back. Next, put your adhesive strip. Now this is where the curvature is, so you want the card turned upside down, and then use the foam adhesive strip and work it round your border. Now recently I've been doing my landscape cards this way because it will stand up better. Normally I'd do it the other way round, but I've just changed the way I do things. So let's test that. So I may have to trim off a bit here at the bottom to make room for my words. I've set up my Stamparatus, put my cardstock in so that I can stamp it directly onto the card base. Stamp it in Cajun Craze. That will give me an idea where to cut my stock. So grab a pencil, and I think I want it about there. So I've made a mark, bring in my little guillotine and trim that off. Adhere that to the card. Now it seems that because we've shortened that, I'm going to have to adjust this as well. So I'll just trim a little bit of that off. Remove the backing tape and adhere that to your card front. Next we want to stamp our images, so we're going to stamp the acorn. Smudged it, do it again. The maple leaf in pumpkin pie, and the oak up like that. Now to punch out the acorn, the leaf and pumpkin pie, this leaf in old olive. Oops. Bring back my card and use a glue dot to put the punched out leaves in. Take the metallic thread and one of these acorn trinkets. Now that's the reason why I elevated this piece up, because that's going to be bulky, and that just helps offset it. So thread that through and tie a knot. Actually tie a double knot for good measure. And then cut off the other end, tie a bow, and then just pop a glue dot on the end. I'll probably roll it into a ball, and that will help keep that anchored. Pop it on top like so. And there's the card finished. Now I didn't put anything inside, I've deliberately left it blank so I can use it for anything else when the occasion arises. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. You can use the Curvy Bundle with any other stamp set, and this is just to show you how. So this one is Autumnal one. Thanks for watching. Be back soon. Bye.